Welcome to Straight Outta Jersey. Today's podcast is brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. Go to acesunglasses.com.au to purchase some of the best shades around. Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands.
In today's special show, we talk music, comics, coffee, and cookies with hip-hop royalty. He's a cultural icon and humanitarian. Zapata, Callari, and Alvarenga. Welcome, the one and only Darryl DMC McDaniels.
All right, guys, we got a special show for you today. I am Joe Zapata. I'm joined by my team, Dave, DC, Callari. What's going on, Dave?
What's up, guys? I was not expecting that intro.
And then we got Rob Alvarenga. What's up, Rob?
What's going on? I like how you roll the R's in my name. That was hot. I like that.
Well, we got a special guest on here. He is a hip-hop legend, would you guys say? Would you guys agree? Icon, right? Icon, hip-hop icon. I'm going to welcome to the show right now. It's Darryl DMC McDaniels.
What's up, y'all?
What is up? What is up, Darryl? Welcome to the show. We're glad you are here, finally.
I'm glad to finally be here, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Well, we're going to get started and talk. We got a lot to talk about. Okay. Let's first run right into your life as a child. Who was Darryl as a child?
The same kid he is now at 61.
A baby with more hair?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And yeah, I cut it because I want to.
No, it looks good. It looks good.
Thank you. I went to Catholic school my whole life. Mm-hmm. Straight A student. I was the kid that had to be in a house when the street lights came on. Mm-hmm. So I needed to have an imagination.
Okay.
And my whole being was a couple of things. The first thing was comic books.
Okay.
Since kindergarten, even when I couldn't read, I was buying them just to look at them.
Okay.
Marvel comic books, of course. DC was cool. I loved drawing Flash and Green Lantern, Batman, all of that was cool. But Gotham and Metropolis was fictional. Mm-hmm. Stan Lee was a genius because I didn't have to leave my room and I could learn about New York City. Mm-hmm. The Lower East Side, Hell's Kitchen. Y'all see it, everything.
Of course.
So I was this comic book loving kid, cared nothing about music. When I was a kid, my other main interest was the best films ever made in Hollywood were the 1930s Frankenstein, Wolfman, Draculas. Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney Jr., Bela Lugosi, those films, the Werewolf, Wolfman, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, Abbott and Costello just those movies. And of course, you're gonna love this, the black and white Godzilla films, Destroyer Monsters, Godzilla, all of those. That was my life. Mm-hmm. And I didn't care about music. In my house, Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, James Brown, Al Green, all because of my mother and father. They were cool. That was their music. I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was comic books, Godzilla, and the Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, Flintstones, Jetsons, that whole thing. Everything pop culture for a kid. But it wasn't until, and I went to Catholic school my whole life, got teased, bullied, and picked on because I was a nerdy kid that went to Catholic school, wore glasses, that liked comic books. I had a lot going against me. But growing up had the best life. Run always says, my partner, Run, Joseph Simmons, he always says, man, it was Christmas time in Hollis, Queens all the time in your house. I just had the best parents and it was all good. So that was my life until about 76, I would say, is when all that changed, when I started to feel the seeds of hip hop around me.
Wow. Who was your favorite?
It was just comic books.
Yeah. Who was your favorite? Spider-Man because of Queens?
Peter Parker. The comic books was the only place that I saw geeky, awkward people trying to figure life out who went through traumatic situations that were smart and powerful. You know what I'm saying? Only in a comic book I could relate to Peter Parker. I was like, oh, he's smart and he's from Queens. Tony Starks, Professor X, the Hulk, Dr. Bruce Banner, like all these guys were brilliant. Reed Richards. So it was the only place I saw smart, geeky, nerdy, awkward people who were trying to figure out. That's why I love the comic books. And Star Wars, you can relate to people. Most people, they look at the superpowers of all these superheroes, which was cool, but the was smart, made me feel ashamed for being a straight A student. And the only reason why I was a straight A student was when I brought my first comic book in kindergarten, I couldn't understand what was going on. So when I got to first grade, I said, I'm going to pay attention every day in school so I could understand what Tony Stark is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because in school, I learned about the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planets, and supernovas and galaxies. But the comic books would take me there. Imagination in mind, I was like, there, in school, I learned about the rings around Saturn. But in the comic books, I flew around that motherfucker with Silver Surfer. So
that's the one.
It was an experience. I didn't have to leave my room to experience the universe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really related to Spider-Man because he was a kid. He was young. He was Spider-Man. Like, y'all probably thought it was a hip-hop thing for me to be shouting out Queens on all my records. No, I shouted out Queens because the day that I found out Spider-Man was from Queens, I was letting the world know I come from the same place Spider-Man come from.
Wow.
But I related to Captain America because remember, he got frozen and then he woke up in a new world. But he still wouldn't sway away from what he really believed. So I'm like Captain America in this new world of hip-hop. All this stuff that's going around, but I'm not going to change the thing that I found when I first heard hip hop in '78. You know what I'm saying? So I can relate, and I can relate to Dr. Bruce Banner. It's funny. I fell in love with the Hulk for stupid little kid reason number one. My mother's name is Banner, like Hannah. A-A-N-N-A-H-A-N-N-A-H. My mother's name is B-A-N, Banner. So Dr. Bruce Banner. It's Dr. Bruce Banner, but Dr. So the stupid kid, I know no better. Oh, he got the same name as my mother. But then I fell in love with the Hulk because once again, he was smart and he was struggling,
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
So I'm related to that.
You related to that. So then when did you start switching to the music? Starting going to the music, the hip hop?
Well, the music that I fell in love with was first what people call classic rock. Here in the city, there was they used to have the black station and the white station. And then for all kids, every Saturday was 12 o'clock Soul Train with Don Cornelius, and then 1 o'clock American Bandstand with Dick Clark. That was your life, on Saturday, it's the cartoons, Super Friends, Flintstones, and the Jetsons, and then 12 o'clock Soul Train, and then 1 o'clock Don Cornelius. Prior to that, radio was like that in New York City. You had the black stations and the white stations. But then in the 70s, 77 WABC in the city, they played black and white music. So you would hear Crosby, Stills, Young and Nash, and you would hear Sly and the Family Stone, like one after the other. You would hear John Denver, Glenn Campbell, Elton John, and you would hear Queen, and you would hear the Jackson 5. You know what I'm saying? So this station, 77 WABC, they was playing rock, classic rock. It was playing the folk music, and it was playing funk, soul, and all the R&B stuff. So when I started hearing artists like Harry Chapin, Jim Croce, bad, Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole damn town. You know what I'm saying? When I started hearing John Fogerty, Fortunate Son, when I started hearing Neil Young, Crosby, Stills, Young and Ohio, because the black music was my mother and father's. They were cool. They 20, 30, 40. I'm a kid. I didn't have a music. But when I started hearing bad Leroy Brown, the Storytellers, Joni Mitchell, it kind of connected me more because a lot of the soul music was about love. I'm a kid. I don't even care about girls. I care about comic books.
Okay.
But a lot of the folk and the rock music was about stuff I was hearing in social studies. Presidents, Fortunate Son, governments. And I know what that is. But also the rock beats had louder guitars like Led Zeppelin, and they had crazy, and the drums were harder. So it reminded me of superheroes. So that was the music that I liked growing up. So that's why I became the king of rock when I got into hip hop. So that was like from 70 to 76 when the block parties was going on, but I was still a kid. I just cared about my bike and G.I. Joe and AFX cars and Tyco train sets and stuff like that. But it was there. And it caught my eye. Wow, they playing loud music. But it wasn't until 78 when Billy Morris in the 8th grade, he came. I was in the 7th grade. Billy Morris was in the 8th. So Billy, his father worked at all the public schools in the neighborhood. His father was like the head custodian over all the custodians in the school. And Billy, he was a kid that always had a job, that always had to do stuff to fly gear. But since his father worked, and Billy went to my Catholic school, but since his father worked at a public school, all the public school kids knew Billy. So one day Billy comes in the schoolyard, and it's me, David Sinclair, and I think it was Oliver Brown. And Billy was like, yo, come in. So you know how when you was a kid and the bully or the bad guys call you, you act like you don't hear them so you can make it out the park, or you can make it in your front door, or you can make it down the block. So it was 3 of us. We just kept playing ball like we didn't hear him. And then he hit us with us, yo, I said, come here. I ain't going to say it again. So me being a comic book guy, I'm looking, okay, it's 3 of us and 1 of him. If he try anything, we're going to jump his ass. So we walking over to Billy and we're like, yo, what does he want with us? So he probably want us to smoke reefer, because it wasn't chronic or blunts. It was reefer, roll the joints, put the weed on the album cover and roll the seeds off it. So we're school kids. He probably want us to smoke reefer. He probably want us to smoke Newports or Cools or Salem's. But this is all going through our head. He probably want us to drink Wild Irish Rolls, Night Train, the 99-cent liquor, cheap liquors. So we didn't know what was going to happen. So we get to Billy. He pulls out a flat tape recorder. Because at this time, boom boxes didn't exist. Flat tape recorder that you had in Learning Center when you was young in elementary school. And he pushed the button. He said, listen to this. And a beat came on. Do that, do that, do that. And then the voice goes, when you mess around in New York town, you go down with the disco Chiba clown, you go down, go down, go down. And we standing like, we didn't know what it was. We was like, what the? And then it was so inspirational. It told us to keep the pep in your step. You don't stop till you get on the mountaintop. And when you reach the top and you reach the peak, that's when you hear Eddie Chiba speak, and it stopped. We was like, do that again. So it's about 1 minute and 30 seconds of whatever that was. We stood there for 3 hours, over and over and over. That was the first time that I heard hip hop, rap, beat, whatever. It wasn't even hip hop. It was just the first time I heard whatever that was. And then I hit him with the, yo, can I hold your tape, man? He was like, hell no, Darryl McDaniels, you can't hold my tape, whatever. And I was like, I'll give you the keys to my father's electric 225. I'll give you my mother. When I hit him with that, he was like, hell, what the hell? But he saw how bad I wanted it, so he let me hold the tape. So that whole weekend, I just listened to whatever that was, came back to school Monday, gave him his tape back, and that was it. Didn't want to give him the tape back. We did the tug of war thing, but then he got it. So then that went away from me. But right after that, that was 7th grade. He was 8th grade. It was a school, summer break comes. Now I'm riding my bike again, and the block party's going on. I'm realizing they're doing in the park what they was doing on the tape. So now I'm curious. I would ride my bike and I would sit there by the handball courts, and I would watch them play music and talk on this microphone thing. So I was like, okay, this is weird. And that was it. So we start 8th grade. What happened was, this is how I got into hip hop. What happened was 8th grade, Rappers Delight comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody in the neighborhood want to learn this Rappers Delight thing. So me being a kid, I still didn't care about it. But on Rapper's Delight, the second rapper guy talks about Superman. Superman, oh, I know what that is. So now I'm like, oh, shoot. So I learned Rapper's Delight top to bottom.
Okay.
It was studying. What is he talking about? I didn't like the other raps, but just because he spoke about superheroes, now I'm connected. I'm locked in. So after Rapper's Delight, I just started writing my own rhymes about my own adventures.
Mm-hmm.
And in 8th grade, we had one basketball rim in the schoolyard because it's a Catholic school. In order for us to go to the regular neighborhood parks, you got to make it all the way home without getting roughed, your money taken, your sneakers taken, your book bag taken, or just smacked in the head and get off your uniform.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put on your play clothes so you can fit in.
Mm-hmm.
But if the public school kids and the gang kids catch you with your uniform on, your life is over. So you just have to get home, get out of this uniform, tie, put the book bag and get out. So we had one rim in the schoolyard at the Catholic school that all the kids used to stay after school and play basketball on. David McEachin comes to the school out of nowhere in 8th grade. You know, we sitting there, class. I want to inform you we have a new student today. And all of us is thinking, why the hell does this motherfucker wait to 8th grade to come to school? He should have just stayed where his ass at and went on to high school. So, you know, it was a new big thing. But David McEachin was like, he probably was like, in 8th grade, he probably was like 6'6".
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, it was like, whoa. He was like in 8th grade. So this fool dunks on the rim and breaks the rim. So now we ain't got no place to play ball no more. Hold up, wait, I got the best parents ever. Byford and Darryl McDaniels. I got a rim in my backyard. So every day after school, all the kids would come to my backyard. It'd be like 50 kids in the backyard. One particular day, Joe shows up by himself. And Joe was in another class. I didn't know. We only knew our names from the roll call in the morning.
Okay.
When I say Joseph Simmons, everybody in 8th grade would look to see who Joseph Simmons was. When they said my name, everybody would look to see Darryl. So that's how you would know students if they wasn't in your class. Because other kids are just kids from another class. You don't care about them. So one day it's just Joe who shows up. I'm like, yo, where's Craig? He's on punishment. Where's Doug? He got a doctor's appointment. So, all right, me and you play ball. So we just played basketball. And prior to this, my older brother, Alfred, made me and him sell our comic book collection to get 2 turntables in a mixer because everybody wanted to do the DJ thing that was in the park. So when I was younger, the rule was when my parents wasn't home, you can't have company. But this is a fateful day. It's just Joe. Usually I would go get the water in the Dixie cups. Remember Dixie cups, right? And you bring the jug to the back door, you give all the kids water. But this particular day, my parents don't get home till 4. It's only 3:15. Come on in and get the water. So Joe comes in my house and sees me using my brother's turntables. And he goes, yo, do you do that? And I go, nah, I don't do that. But then Joe goes, yeah, man, I'm the son of Curtis Blow. You ever see the flyers that be up on the trees and telephone poles that say Rush Party, Rush Jam, this and that? Well, my brother's Russell Simmons, who hires Flash and Curtis Blow and African Bambaataa and Grandmaster. He just starts singing all around. I'm like, whoa. So I go, yeah, I do a little bit of this because I would always try to DJ and be like Flash. So what would happen every day after that day? Joe would come over my house with tapes of his live performances because Run was a professional rapper at the age of 15.
Wow. He
was known as the son of Curtis Blow. You can see flyers back in the day. Curtis Blow featuring his disco son, DJ Run. So Run would bring me all these tapes. Yo, I played with the Crash Crew. I played with DJ Hollywood. I played with Flash. I played with the Furious Fireman. So he was doing that. I was just DJing, pretending to be a DJ the same way I would pretend to be a superhero with my blanket on my neck. It was all make-believe to me. So it wasn't until Rapper's Delight came out, which made me start writing rhymes. But then Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 came out with this record called Super Rapping. So that caught my attention too, because superheroes. Super Rapping, what's this? So when my brother came home with that record, it was different. Rapper's Delight was that hop to hip it, to hip hip hop, you don't stop. Rock it to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the boogie to the boogie to be. Now what you hear was one of those. And Rappers Delight was different. It was about 11 minutes long. One rapper rap forever. Next rapper rap forever. Third rapper raps forever. Then it's a little break. Then the first rapper raps forever again. Second rapper. But this Flash record was different. My brother put the needle on this record, and this record it was called Super Rapping. And the label of it was red. And it was funny. If you remember Sugar Hill Records, the packaging was very colorful. It was light blue with the rainbow.
Yes.
Sugar Hill was very attractive to the eye. And that probably was marketing too. This record was a plain white record holder with a red label, plain red label, and it just said Enjoy Records. I had no idea what was about to happen to me. Put the needle on this record called Super Rapping. Now you gotta understand, these are Easter eggs. Rappers that like Superman got my attention. Now this record called Super Rapping, what's this? I put the needle on this record. This thing said it was a party night. Everybody was jumping. Highs was screaming and the bass was thumping. And it won't be long till everybody knowing that flashes on the P-box going and sha-na-na. And then a voice goes, Italian, Caucasian, Japanese, Spanish, Indian, Negro, Vietnamese, MC, disc jockeys, y'all. Fly kids for the young ladies. Introducing the crew, you got to see to believe. 5 different voices. Where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 MCs. One dude said, I'm Melly Mel and I rock it so well. Second dude said, and I'm Mr. Ness because I rock the best. Third dude goes, Raheem, and all the ladies dream. Fourth dude says, Cowboy, and I make you jump for joy. Then the fifth dude goes, Creole. The other 4 goes, Solid Gold, Kid Creole. Playing their own. And Mel says, dig this, where the Furious 5 plus Grandmaster Flash, giving you a blast and show enough class. So to prove to you all that was second to none, we're going to make 5 MCs sound like one. I'm running. Give me a pen, Alfred. Give me a pen. I got to write like this. So I just started writing rhymes. Joe's coming over every day with the tapes. When he would come over, I usually would hide my rhyme book. This particular day, I forget to hide my rhyme book because it was like my dictionary. He picks it up and says, you wrote this? And I go, yeah. And I'll never forget this day. He looks at me and he says, whenever I make a record, I'm putting you in my group. Now, when he said that to me, that shit went in one ear and out the other. What the hell did you do? I don't do, you do this. Flash does this. I don't do this as a hobby. This is like me. I was telling it's like me playing with my army men. And I'll never forget, Joe. He just did this to me. I'll see you when it's time. So we graduate 8th grade. We go to completely different high schools. He went to Andrew Jackson in Queens, and Jam Master Jay was already there. I went to Rice High School in Harlem. 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. I'm a straight A student. I send my resume out to all the colleges. I get a letter in the mail that says, Mr. McDaniels, we're proud to inform you you've been accepted to St. John's University. What? This and that. I run downstairs, and you would think I would stop to tell my mother and father. No. I run downstairs and I write a rhyme about it. I'm DMC, and the place to be. I'm going to St. John's University. Since kindergarten, I'm quiet and not. So I write this rhyme. Then I go upstairs and say, Mom, I got this letter. So fast forward. I'm in St. John's University, 2nd semester. I got to figure out what I got to do with my life. So I was originally taking business management. I was like, I hate this. I don't like accounting. I don't want to count no more. So I said, what could I do? Because I've been reading and drawing comic books since 2nd grade. I was going to change to I was going to change to architecture, graphic design, or I was going to drop out of school. My mother hated this idea. And I was going to go work for Marvel and draw comic books. My father, rest in peace, he was like, as long as the boy is happy, he can fucking be starving, drawing comic books if that's what he wants to do. My mother's like, hell no, you're going to be a doctor, lawyer, you're smart, whatever. Just so fate has it, I graduated high school summer of 82. June of 82. August of 82, me and Run went and we made a demo for a record. He calls me up, D. Remember 4 years ago when I said, if I make a record, I'm putting you in my group? And I'm like, yeah, this is August of 82. Yeah, what's the big deal? Grab your rhyme book. We're going in the studio. So in August of 82, made the demo for It's Like That. I'm in my second semester of St. John's University, not knowing what life about. The phone rings again. It's Joe. Yo, we got a record deal. Pack your bag. We're going on the road. It's Like That and Suck MCs come out. Here I am talking to y'all.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Like Joe, he knew I'm a dude to his brother. You know, Russell started.
Yeah.
Me, I was just writing rhymes, having fun. But my message to all the young people is don't be ashamed of what people think is corny, because that thing is the very superpower that will have you sitting on the top of the world.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I remember summer of 86. I was 12-year-old, and MTV was on, and Walk This Way came on. Yep. And I remember it's still considered one of the best, music videos of all time. I think that
it changed music, sure. It literally changed, because when Steven Tyler knocked the wall out separating us, that all gave birth. Kid Rock said Run DMC and Aerosmith had a baby. He popped out.
That's right.
Korn, Limp Bizkit, Rage Against the Machine. They will all tell you that moment was the game changer for them.
Wow. Dave, you had that Ghostbuster question. Dave had a question for you.
Well, I didn't think it would just
Ghostbusters too.
Yeah, I was going to segue into that. So somehow I've become the resident Ghostbusters guy, but you guys had that cut on the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
They needed something dope and cool.
Yes.
Because it was at the point where they finally realized, oh, hip hop's not a fad, it's legitimate. We might need to use this. There was somebody at the label who heard about the opportunity and said, fuck it, I'm gonna throw y'all in the mix. And they were surprised that we would even want to do it.
Well, because you guys did it, and then Bobby Brown was on the record too.
Bobby Brown, he had the original soundtrack single.
So
and they was like, it's funny, Run DMC used to open for New Edition.
Yeah.
We was the opening act for New Edition. So, all other music was hot. But when they got a chance to, they knew this. They said, yo, what these guys is doing with rock and rap is no joke. So it was an insider. It's the same way we got Penn and Teller for this Tricky video. Somebody from the label went out and saw their magic in their comedy act and went up to them and said, y'all want to be in a Run DMC video? They was like, what the? Yeah, hell yeah.
You once said hip hop is not music, it's culture.
Yeah, it's culture. We utilize all types of music. Like Grandmaster Caz, who actually, this is crazy. Grandmaster Caz, initial GMC, is why I changed my name from Easy D to DMC. He was the guy that actually wrote the Superman rhyme on Rapper's Delight.
Wow.
But he said hip hop didn't invent anything. It reinvented everything.
Wow.
It's taken, we didn't have no resources. So we took the records, we took the turntable. Disco died. If you were, the Fat Boys were the Disco 3.
Yeah.
On Jam Master Jazz said, now we got the master of the disco scratch. It was all about, we were doing disco in the streets of New York, except we was using the break beats of the Bee Gees. We was using the break beats of all these when disco died and they threw it away, we said, get that shit to us. What's the saying? Another man's trash is another man's treasure.
Correct.
So we were just utilizing what we had because we didn't have nothing, so we thought.
Wow.
Even with the fashion, we were pulling shit out that my uncle, I'm gonna take my uncle's hat. I'm gonna take my uncle's jacket. I'm gonna take my, my grandfather's old Pumas. We was just creating what was made there.
Wow. Rob, you had a question you said before?
Well, no, I just
your Adidas are my Adidas.
Our Adidas.
And that came about, like, we didn't. I tell kids I wasn't thirsty. Adidas called me. I didn't call them. What we did, we was rapping about everything. So, yo, let's make a record about the sneakers that we love. So we made a record about the sneakers that we love. But when it came time to make the record, I didn't want to just make a record because in my neighborhood at the time, all the powers that be was like, if you see those kids with the fresh sneakers in front of the stores, that's the problem in the neighborhood. Basically, they were saying all the kids with the fresh sneakers were drug dealers and gold chains. True, but that's only partially right because, okay, you got 15 drug dealers on the corner and you got 5 kids who look like the drug dealers that got legitimate jobs. My best friend Butter, he worked 3 jobs to get 4 pair of Adidas, a gold chain, and a Kango. He wasn't robbing, sticking up, or selling drugs. Me, I'm at St. John's University. I only got my Adidas because my mother gave me the money to buy them. I'm a starving college kid. But I'm like, we on the corner with the drug dealers, but we ain't selling drugs. That's why when I wrote my rhyme, I didn't write, I got more sneakers than you, and I got colors and flavors. I wanted to let the powers to be, my Adidas, walk through concert doors. I stepped on stage. Y'all seen the movie Bohemian Rhapsody? I did that shit too. You did? You know, for the ones that don't know, I stepped on stage at Live Aid. We went on right after Black Sabbath and before Rick Springfield.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I wanted to do something that was representative of, even if hip hop never did what it's doing today, we knew we was making noise then, so he's going to try to be as bold as possible.
Wow. You know, D, you were very open about mental health and depression. Did Master J's death and murder, did that affect you to go that way?
No, before that added on to that.
Okay.
First of all, I got depressed. It all started when Down with the King came out.
Okay,
Down with the King.
Oh yeah, Down J.
The video, it was crazy. This is funny. Down with the King did for Run DMC what Run DMC did for Aerosmith in '86 with Walk This Way, brought us back because Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Pete Rock produced it. CL, they were the hot ones at the time. We were still respected. You know what I'm saying? But we was like the OGs. But when we did that record, everybody had to shut up. Taking the tours and wrecking the land. I keep it hardcore because it's dope, man. These are the roughest, toughest words I ever wrote, and not meant for a hole like a slow jam. Check it. Sucker MC. So Pete Rock was like, give me that right there. We're going to shut everybody up. But when that happened, I woke up the next day depressed and wanting to kill myself. Because there's got to, it was like, because prior to that, it was like, you need to be on the chart. You need to be on the radio. You need to make money. All of this industry stuff. No, Run DMC got where we was because we were enjoying and having fun. That wasn't the directive to get paid. And the fact that we did it, you're going to give us some money. But there's a problem with that. If you're drinking OE or smoking weed or sniffing cocaine, when you get more money, you get more of that stuff too. But what happened with Down with the King, it got to a point where I was like, there's got to be more to life than just being a king of rock. And I sat there and I was like, okay, I'm Darryl McDaniels from Hollis, Queens, son of Byford, brother of Al. Banner's my mother, runs my pal. It's McDaniels, not McDonald's. These rhymes are Darryl's, the burgers are Ronald's. I ran down my family tree, my mother, my father, my brother, and me. And I was like, okay, first to go gold, first to go platinum, first to the cover Rolling Stone, first with the sneaker. What the fuck? Like, this gotta be, like, the only thing that was fun was rocking the mic, but those thoughts was like, what's the purpose of all this? So I became an alcoholic, suicidal, metaphysical, depressed, spiritual depressed wreck who just happened to be DMC. But the fact that I'm DMC, everybody was telling me, you can't be depressed. You can't. I'm a human motherfucker. Like, yo, not Superman. I think I'm Superman. But even Superman came from a traumatic, we look at the superheroes. Batman saw his mother and father get shot in front of him. Spider-Man lost his parents. Tony Stark, y'all seen it, Winter Soldier killed his parents. Like superhero, I was like, damn, I'm really connected to the superhero because I'm going through something, right? But long story short, I was an alcoholic, suicide, metaphysical, spiritual wreck who was thinking is killing himself. Then Jam Master Jay gets shot and killed. Then my father, Byford, died. So imagine what I was going through. And at the time, I'm DMC, the king of rock to his Nahaya. I didn't know I could go get help. Is it cool to go ask for help? I knew everything, but I didn't know about therapy and reaching out and all that stuff. So it wasn't until, and then after all that, I find out that I'm adopted. For me, here's crazy. Remember this scene, Clark, sit down. There's something we want to tell you. We're your parents, Clark, but you from another world, and we love you, though, but you have a... That happened to me. Darryl, sit there. Well, I didn't find out until I started asking questions, but I found out that I was adopted at age 35. So all of that, my world was doing this, and then somebody said, you should go get help. So I went to rehab to stop drinking, and I found therapy, which is the most powerful thing a man, woman, or child can do. Go get help. Admit you're weak, vulnerable, because if you don't, you'll never get to help. But the minute you say, I'm weak, scared, and vulnerable, everything necessary for you not to be that no more will come to you. But everybody think you're weird and this and that. No, everybody's effed up. Everybody's going through something. The only weird thing to do is not to go get help. Like, I'm trying to make it as cool as, oh, man, I was in the gym yesterday and I hurt my back. Go see the chiropractor. When I was in second grade, I'll never forget this day. I'm in second grade. My mother comes to pick me up, and Miss Peterson says, Miss McDaniels, I need to tell you something. What? I think there's something wrong with Darryl. So I started going, what do you mean? You know, I'm a kid. What the hell was wrong with me? She said, I noticed when Darryl sits in the back of the class, he squints. I think he needs glasses. My mother didn't think of nothing. She took me to the eye doctor. Yes, I know. That's why I wear glasses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I come to you, Joe, if I come to you, Rob, or Dave, and I say, man, my tooth is hurting, you're going to say, go to the dentist. But now the stigma is, oh man, I want to kill myself. Get away from me, weirdo. Why you bugging? I know, that's how I feel. Because there's nothing wrong with a person telling you they feel like killing themselves. And I said this in a room full of shrinks, and he said, you know what, he's right. Because you got all these books, Carl Jung, and you know, all these PhD books. No, the point is this. If it's 100 degrees outside, I can't tell you not to feel hot. But I can say, come inside, here's some water, turn the AC on. Or if it's below zero outside, I can't tell you go out there and not feel cold. So I feel suicidal. I feel depressed, this and that. Let's find out in all of this, even if it's a chemical depression, there's a catalyst. There's a person, place, or thing causing that. The problem in stigma is a lot of people think that's weird. Stigma also won't have me talk about my wife or my son that's going through something because I'm worried about how you're going to look at me. That's why a lot of people don't get healed because you know I got to hold this. Nothing is wrong with me, but I got a daughter home on meth. I ain't going to let y'all know because now I'm thinking it's degrading me. No, I should let y'all know because I need help. I need help to help my daughter. But my thing is this, if you remove guilt and shame, you remove pain of dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm alcoholic, cool. And the funny thing is, when I said I'm adopted in a room, 100 adoptees that would have never said it, but only because DMC, the mighty DMC is saying it. So we got to have conversation about the situation so each individual can have transformation. It wasn't made to be put in that. We all of us have everything necessary to beat and defeat what we're struggling against. But you got to be courageous. So me being courageous, DMC, how you doing today? I'm fucked up, man. I'm alcoholic. I feel like jumping off. But that's how I feel right now. But I don't have to continue to feel that way. Same thing, I don't have to continue to feel cold. So we can do something about it. And even to the point where, man, I got to be in therapy for the rest of my life. I'd rather see you live a whole life in therapy all the way than to end your life at 30 because you thought there was nothing that could be done for you. So you're just walking around, going to work every day, playing your guitar, working at UPS, making your pizzas, and you got to go to therapy at the end of the day. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Rehabilitation. You got to, this is the strongest muscle is the mind. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I knew in order for me to continue, I got to be a strong mind and body.
Wow.
You can't have a strong body and a weak mind. So you got to be a strong mind and body. Then everything could work for you. So I courageously talk about it because in the comic books,
that's right.
Stan Lee was always fun. The X-Men was to deal with racism and bias and stuff like that. So in the comic books, Stan Lee found a smart way. I love all his interviews when he tell you, I did that to tell people show about heartbreak. I did that to teach people about drugs. I did that to teach people about this and that. So everybody has a story, and the most powerful stories are the stories of the people who are not considered celebrities. Like I got to Rob, don't call me a celebrity. That is something I could never be. I am you and you are me, and that is our reality. You're a cook, I'm a rapper. You make cookies, I make music. It's the same thing.
Wow. I mean, there'll never be another Run DMC. You guys are legends. But what do you think about the current hip hop artists today? What do you think about them? Are they carrying the torch like you guys?
No. The only reason I say that is it's different now because there's two things going on. There's people rapping for the sake of success in the music business, but they're not hip hop. Number one, if it's no DJ, if it's no positive message, if there's nothing that's uniting people, you know what I'm saying? If it's nothing that is inclusive and universal and representative of like the old school people who created this, if there's not peace, love, harmony, and music and positivity and education, it's not hip hop. And what I mean by that, if you go see the number one guy up on stage rapping without a DJ to his song, he's just rapping. It's not hip hop. What has happened in this business is anything that is sacred to a community or a culture or a people or a nation will be diluted, polluted, and destroyed once it's commercialized. Now, the commercialization of any item or entity is for success of money and profit and business. That's a totally different thing. When you see hip hop, you see hip hop because that rapper is talking about his DJ. And that rapper will talk about a gun, but the very next single on the radio in hot rotation every 20 minutes, because he told his label in this business, you better start doing this because I care about those people listening to me. Then you'll know it's hip hop. So there's two types of hip hop. I never thought hip hop would be weak enough. And there's a lot of strong individuals. KRS-One, Public Enemy, Big Daddy Kane, Joey Badass. There's some young ones too. Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? But there's a whole bunch of it where they don't stand up for the rep. They let people control their lifestyle. So what I mean by this is I never thought hip hop would have this. And like I said, there's nothing against them, but the music business stamped garbage, crap, and bullshit hip hop to market and sell it. And I'm not just the only one saying it. I'm just saying it now because Eric Sermon from EP&D been talking about it for the last 10 years. When I saw him say, I said, I'm going to say it too. But this is what's going on. Britney Spears, I love her. And she did great. But Britney Spears, she needs somebody to write for her, somebody to dress her, somebody to choreograph her, and this and that. And she'll do it good. But Sheryl Crow, Sheryl Crow don't even need electricity. Give Sheryl Crow an acoustic guitar, and she'll sit there and perform for 3 hours and mesmerize 300,000 people. I never thought that would. So they're taking people who are just rapping to sell records and be a star, which is good. It's like a person saying, yo, I'm playing basketball because I got to get this money. I understand that. But Kobe and Jordan didn't play to get the money. They played because they loved the game. That's why they got all of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's happening with hip hop. So for those that are rapping too, because they're using the art form we created, we are not mad at what they're doing. We're mad at what they're not doing. Like I got to tell kids, Tupac is not celebrated in hip hop because he went to jail and had Thug Life tattooed across his chest. Then why not? He represented the streets. Yes, I represent the streets too. What do you mean? This and that. Kids in the street read comic books. I shut everybody up. It's just that y'all didn't talk about that. Y'all use negativity as a false sense of power. All the gangbangers or the drug dealers, all them motherfuckers do is end up dead or in jail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the smart, geeky kids, everything that the drug dealers and the gangbangers make money to do, they come in to buy the iPhone, they come in to buy the computer, they come in to buy all the stuff the geeks and nerds create. So you tell me who's the real power. But somewhere away, we've been distracted of that. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is there's a lack of responsibility with the business of hip hop towards the hip hop culture. We can do so much more. The real hip hop person makes a record about a gun, and then his next record is not about using it. The real guy in hip hop makes a strip club record, shake it up, shake the titties, but then he makes a record like Pac did, Dear Mama. I tell kids, Dear Mama and Brenda had a baby. Oh yeah, and the kids will go, yo, those records are deep. Yes, because Pac knew he had a responsibility. You know, Naughty by Nature made a whole record about sex without even saying one curse.
Yeah, that's right.
They creatively made to address the issues. So if there's somebody rapping and there's no DJ and they ain't showing the DJ love, look, Tribe Called Quest had Ali Shaheed. Naughty by Nature got KG. Public Enemy got Terminator X, DJ. I could go down a list and you'll know the DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of just rapping, and it's not wrong. I'm going to rap for the success of the music. Hip hop is totally different, and your success in hip hop has nothing to do with your success in the music business. It's two different things.
The creative process today seems to be easier with AI, social media, compared to 80s when you were doing
It's crap. What do you mean? It's easy. It's crap. It's just, I can do it. Your mother, my mother, his people, come here, George, you want to be a rapper, and they're going to let him rap. But you know, I can't stop that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely has been cookie cutter, you know. But look, technically speaking, everything is crap because people are lazy. And I don't think it's laziness. It's a laziness just to take the easy way out. Nobody wants to be innovative or creative. Nobody wants to tell a story other than, you know, I tell kids, I'm so gangster. I got a record about Christmas that play every year for the rest of the, when this world, till this world ends, it's going to be Nat King Cole, Chestnut Toasting on it. Ben Crosby, I'm dreaming. And it's going to be dun, dun, dun. I got a hit record every year for the rest of existence. Singing about Santa Claus.
That's right.
What? So, you know, those are the things, the very things that you don't think. Those are, everybody's rapping over James Brown. We're going to rap over rock records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's great. Nobody is trying to do it. Like, monotony, when you hear a lot of the rappers today, all these records sound the same. Same beat, same flow, and all that does is create boredom and laziness because everybody can do it. Everybody's doing the same thing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We need more De La Souls. We need more Tribe Called Quests. We need more LLs.
Yeah.
You know, Drake, I'm funny with the jokes. Drake almost was like the new LL. A lot of people said that because he rapped. A lot of people hated it because he made R&B, but LL been doing it.
Yeah, LL.
Like, don't get mad at Drake. LL did it first. You're just so playing this generational ageism game. LL looking at Drake like, I've been to that. And then when somebody came at L, like imagine if Kendrick would have came at L. L came back with, I'm going to knock you out. Shut everybody up, right? That's what Drake got to do. Drake got to say, fuck all this shit. Kendrick is over. Let me come in. I'm going to knock you out. You know what I'm saying? But see, that was a good LL battle. Moldy, Ice-T, Hammer, whoever, you know what I'm saying? But he did it innovatively. It's like when L took off his shirt and that I'm going to knock you out video. Look, L did that shit. Everybody that was coming after him. And he got on the cover of People as the World's Sexiest Man. No, Playboy. Remember he got Playboy's World's Sexiest Man. When all the pinup girls, I was like, LL Cool J out of everybody.
Who do you consider the greatest rapper of all time?
Oh, Chuck D, a Public Enemy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For voice, delivery, and purpose.
What do you think about B.I.G.?
It all up, huh?
What do you think about Notorious B.I.G.?
It's funny when people. It's funny. This is what I think about. I get this question all the time. Tupac or Biggie? Chuck D. Oh, okay. And the reason I say that is this guy said, yes, the rhythm, the rebel, without a pause. I'm lowering my level to come down here to tell y'all this, because I'm up here. I really don't need to do this. The hard rhymer, where you never been, I'm in. Did Biggie ever say that? And you can got some lines, but I'm just defending Chuck. Yes, the rhythm, the rebel, without a pause. I'm lowering. He's telling you I'm coming down here to be around you lowlifes. Like, remember Slick Rick Crumbs? You're lower than me. Chuck said, I'm lowering. He's telling you I'm low. I'm God coming down. When me, Jay, and Run first heard Public Enemy was WPAU's radio station at Adelphi University. And they would make demo tapes to fill up the time when they wasn't playing made rap records. And I'll never forget Jay, when he first heard Chuck, he ran to Russell and Rick Rubin and said, God has come down from heaven to rock the microphone. And Russell and Rick was like, what are you talking about? And they played Public Enemy, number one. I'm all in, put it up on the board. Another rapper shot down from the mouth that roared. 1, 2, 3, down for the count. The result of my lyrics, oh yes, no doubt. Cold rock rhythm, 49 and supreme is what I use to abuse. I never lose to a team. Because I can go solo like a Tyson Bolo. Make your fly girl want to hang my photo. Run in the room, hang it on the wall in remembrance that I rocked them all. Like, when I was hearing Chuck, I was like, I'm over. I had to figure that shit out. I had to come. But I just say Chuck D for purpose.
Okay.
He said, I modeled my flow off of Martin Luther King and Marv Albert. Because Chuck's a huge sports fan, baseball too. But I give it to Chuck.
One artist dead or alive you wish you could collaborate with?
Freddie Mercury of Queen.
Wow, that's a good one. That is really
Freddie Mercury. He was so versatile. Like Freddie would be killing it right now. If he was still alive, he would be killing it right now. From opera to pop to disco to rock to folk, like Freddie Mercury. I would love to do something with him.
Wow. Everything you touch goes to gold. How did you start the cookies?
As a joke. I eat a lot of sweets. I was at this event, and the local neighborhood bakery lady came in with cookies. Yep. And I said a joke. I held her cookies up and said, you know what? I'm going to start a cookie company. And I'm going to call it Darryl Makes Cookies. That's what the DMC is going to stand for. And everybody in the room was, that. Like, they thought it was the coolest because it worked so good. And I was like, maybe I'm on to something. But then I had to say, okay, if I come out with a cookie, it has to be groundbreaking and changing, like Sucker MCs was when that came out, like Rockbox was when that came out, like when King of Rock came out, and like when Walk This Way and My Adidas came out. So it took me a while to find the right recipe. And I found a baker. He has a bakery in Newark, New Jersey called Tony's Minis.
Okay.
And when he came to me, he was the first guy to say, what's going to separate your cookie from everybody else? And I gave him the specs of what I wanted, and he came up with the cookie that was in that bag right there.
Yeah, it was very good.
This is it. But it just started as a joke, but everybody thought the DMC Darryl Makes Cookies was so cool. And when they did that, I got my tagline, the coolest cookies in the universe. Not just in the world, but in the universe. Like even up on Mars right now, they're flipping. They're like, Darryl, go down there. Don't let them find us. We've been doing good so far. Don't get caught on Earth just because of some damn cookies. But go get those cookies.
That's awesome.
So it started as a joke. The same
coffee too.
The coffee was my man Jonathan at Paper Plane Coffee. He saw the cookies, and he was like, yo, I want to name a coffee in my shop, Paper Plane, in Montclair, New Jersey, after you. And I was like, yeah, it's cool, but I just don't want to be corny. Like, if you're going to do it, it's got to be like something that's real cool and impressive. He said, give me a few days. So then he comes back to me and he says, yo, I'm going to create a whole blend after you. And I'm going to take Dominican, Mexican, and Colombian, and I'm gonna mix it together, and that's what the DMC is gonna stand for. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. And then he did it, you know what I'm saying? Because I want it to be fun. It's got to really taste good. And it's just got to be cool. You can't be corny. I don't like to do things just because.
Yeah.
Like even when I started my comic book company.
Yep, they're the comic books. Oh, yes.
That's right.
DMC, Darryl Makes Comic Books. My friend Riggs Morales. I went to 10 years ago. I went to Warner Brothers Atlantic for a music meeting.
Okay.
And when I got to the music meeting, I met with Riggs, and he did what you did at the start. He said, what was it like when you was growing up? And I was like, I was a Catholic school kid, this and that. When I said comic books, he said comic books. So we thought we just had hip hop in common. But we had so much more in common. And when I started talking about, yeah, man, I was a Marvel collector, and me and my brother Attic was forward with comic books, but then we sold all our comic books to get 2 turntables in the mix and this and that. So then he said, D, you should do a comic book company. And I was like, nope, you ain't going to get me in trouble. And he was like, what you talking about? I was like, yo, comic book culture is sacred to us geeks and nerds.
Yep.
I don't want my fellow geeks and nerds going, this motherfucker think just because he has some hit records, he could sell some comic books. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful. And then Rick said, no, D, with your comic book, you could do what you've been doing with your music all these years. And I was like that. And I was like, what? He said, inspire, motivate, and educate while you have fun. And then 10 years ago, he took me to the New York City Comic Con.
Yeah.
And when I went there, I saw all the comic books that I sold to get 2 turntables in a mixer back in the day. But it, you know, it filled me with the memories and stuff like that. So then he says, I said, okay, Riggs, I'm in. So then he goes, what would you call your comic book company? You can't use Marvel. You can't use DC. You can't use Image. You can't use any of the names that's out there already. And I was sitting there and I was like, okay, the initials of my name is DMC. You know what, Riggs? I'm going to call my company Darryl Makes Comics because that's what I'm going to be doing. He was like, oh, that's so dev. So the DMC thing is working for things without putting out any effort. And it makes sense to the audience. So now it's not corny or cheesy. And the things that I'm doing are culture. You know, coffee creating is a culture. Comic book is a music, is, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, hip hop mixed up everything. You know what I'm saying? I mixed rock with rap, and Steven Tyler knocked down the wall, and Kid Rock popped out porn, Limp Bizkit. I made a record about my sneakers. You know, Run DMC was the first non-athletic entity to receive a major sports endorsement from an apparel company. I played no ball, and I got a sneaker deal like Jordan. But it's because of fun and innovative things. And what I represent is the arts.
Yeah.
Even what you're doing here, having conversation. Conversation brings about cooperation, which leads to us creating.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. The art succeeds where politics and religion fails. Go to a Comic-Con, go to a rock concert, go to a museum, go to a film. As people go to a play, go to a poem. It's all this creative stuff breaks down all of those religious, political divisions. You know what I'm saying? And it brings people together.
Have you been watching the new Marvel movies, Fantastic Four that just came out? Have you seen that?
I didn't see Fantastic Four yet. I just saw
Superman.
I didn't see Superman yet. I saw the Bucky and them.
Oh, Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Yeah, that was cool. It was cool.
Did you like that? It was pretty cool, right?
Look, they messing up because Winter Soldier was so good.
Yes, it was very good.
Scenes like, and they Civil War. There was like, how does it change to? It's like, the other thing is they throwing them out too fast too, and they're trying to include too much in one. But I gotta go see Superman. My son and wife liked it.
Yeah, it's good. We saw it.
They said it was. Some people hated it though.
Yeah, some people did.
But you gotta go. I'm saying you gotta go there and look at it separate from all the other stuff.
Wow. How do you listen to music today? Do you like CD streaming? How do you listen to music?
CD. I cannot.
You still
I
do
hate
the CD?
streaming. Yeah, CDs. I go
Mhm.
right up here to the vinyl shop. Is still a record store in Wayne, New Jersey.
Mhm.
So I go there. If I hear something, I gotta go get the CD. Right now, I'm listening to Agnostic Front on CD.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a CD guy. I don't even have Spotify or any of those things.
No, you don't have anything?
No.
Wow. How do you
I'll
balance
go get the CD. It's just something about having the
physical
3D experience. You see it, you hold it, and you hear it, as opposed to just pushing the button. You know, the digital thing is convenient, but convenience isn't fun. Convenience is just fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like a quick grab. Okay, I got it now. But it doesn't, it's not part of you. I like the CD experience.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, how do you balance your legacy as Run DMC and continue to evolve personally and professionally? You know, because you're still.
It was easy for me because people watched me, you know, since kindergarten. I acquired the knowledge and I became the king of rock. Then I raised and I became the devastator, my controller DMC. And then with the king, if the God be in me, then the king I be. The Mike, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, he's God now. But then I had to have my Jesus moment in the 40 days in the desert and stuff like that. So now I'm coming back. You balance it by letting people know the thing that they like about you, you will always be able to do for them. But also you tell them where you're at this particular time in a similar but more innovative, creative way. Like I got a new record that's coming out I got a new album coming out probably top of the year, let's say April or May. But I'm dropping the first single this November, and the first single is me and Sebastian Bach on vocals, Travis Barker on drums, Mick Mars from Motley Crue on guitar, and Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses on bass. So if I'm gonna do something, it's going to be representative of everything, all the generations collectively, because there's no walls. So it's me and Sebastian Bach on a record vocally, with Travis Barker on drums, Mick Mars on guitar, Duff McKagan on bass. It's a tribute to the blues. So we did a remix of Ram Jam's "Oh Black Betty."
Wow.
Oh, Black, which is, Mick killed it. That's a hard riff.
Yeah.
Mick kills it. Travis on drum, Duff on bass. We did a remix of it. Sebastian's doing all the choruses. I'm doing the raps and stuff like that. And it's originally a blues song. It was like a 30-second blues song by a blues artist named Leadbelly.
Wow.
So it's Walk This Way, King of Rock, and Tricky all in one, with 5 different artists, you know, within the genre, doing something that's really fun. Also on the album, like I said, I was listening to Agnostic Front. Then I went to the concert. Now I got them on a record. I'm on their album. They're on mine. I got Joan Jett on the record.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
I got Sammy Hagar on the record. I got Chuck D, Ice-T, Bumpy Knuckles, and Jazzy Jeff on the record. So it's representative. It's a record that represents all of us.
Wow.
So, and it's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's how I continue to. Okay, if I work with Steven Tyler, fuck it, I can work with Sammy Hagar. We call Sammy up. Maybe he won't say no. And he's like, sure, I'll work with you. Let's do it.
What about a reunion with Aerosmith one more time?
That'll probably happen.
Yeah.
Because I heard Steven Tyler stole a show at Ozzy's Black Sabbath Flash show in Birmingham.
Yeah.
They said Steven Tyler stole a show. And remember, Tyler, they had to cancel their residency. So Tyler did that. Then you heard Joe Perry say, yeah, there's going to be some more Aerosmith. I don't think there's going to be a tour. I don't think, unless he wants to, but I don't think Steven is saying I can't tour. But maybe I could do 2 shows a month.
Wow.
But yeah, as soon as they call, I'm there.
What about Ozzy? Did you meet Ozzy? Ozzy Osbourne?
Yes, I played with Ozzy probably 2000 and maybe about 10 years ago. We played at the Whiskey in LA because I'm an honorary member of the Royal Machines, which used to be Camp Freddy. It's Dave Navarro, Steve Stevens, Sebastian Bach, Mark McGrath. Who else is in there? David Lee Roth shows up. ZZ. It's all of us from different genres and different bands. We get together and we do these shows. So, yeah.
Yeah. His passing was pretty sad. You know,
it was pretty sad, but I played with him. You know, he walked in.
Okay.
And he was always cracking jokes.
Really? It's
but
cool.
Then he went up there and he fucking stole the show.
Wow.
This was about 10 years. So I got to play with him. I got to play with Lemmy. I got to play with Lemmy at Chuck Berry's 82nd birthday in Cleveland at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So it's crazy. It's like I call myself the king of rock and all my rock and roll dreams come true.
Wow. You know, they say sometimes don't meet your heroes, but like you, when I met you, you were like the coolest man down to earth. Is there ever a rapper or somebody you met that kind of disappointed you?
No, not really.
No?
No,
Everyone's been cool with you?
Really. Yeah. Drake was very nice to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're like a legend. You're old school. So they're probably
exactly. Yeah, for sure. They're like, oh, shoot. They came, oh, shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's like Axl Rose when he met Ozzy.
Oh, yeah.
And Axl said, yo, I'm going to old shoot. But Ozzy was going to old shoot too because Ozzy never met Axl. That was a beautiful thing there.
Yeah. Guys, you have any questions you want to ask? While we're here, Rob? Or
yeah, just a while. Just want to first a couple things, man. Darryl, hey, just hearing you about your childhood and your comic book love and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, that echoes a lot because that was me, in the early 80s, I remember the day where my friends came over to my house, and it wasn't for anything. They found my comic book collection and I walked in the door. I'm like, oh my God, everybody knows now.
Right.
But to my surprise, everybody was like, why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you tell us?
See?
We could have been talking about this for a long time.
Right.
So that stuff, I just want to echo that. But, for me, my journey, I kind of took a long route to that. But, I became a writer. I wanted to do something. First it was comic books. Then I realized I wanted to write the stories. And stuff like that. So that I'm moving, I'm trying to, really realize that. But, you got to actually do comic books.
I know, it's crazy.
So that's pretty wild. So.
No, it's crazy because when I started doing a comic book, I work with Amy Chu.
Okay.
And I work with Larry Hammer.
Wow.
And Sal Buscema did the cover of DMC #1. And I'm meeting Jim Lee. I'm meeting all of these guys. And because we grew up with you, they act like they never did comics before. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just a mutual love that doesn't separate us.
Right? It's a serious bond.
That's what's crazy. Yeah.
How about you ventured so many things. How about movies? What do you think?
Do I want it? Yeah, but I like you. I don't want to be in them. But everybody always call me. I want to produce them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to make some new, incredible, exciting movies, and I already trademarked Darryl's movie company.
Man, there you go.
But yeah, so speaking of that, I'm getting ready to do. We're getting ready to do a hip hop anime.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Style animated feature called Microphone Savage.
Wow.
And it's going to be really fun. So that hopefully it's going to be my first successful venture into, the movies, to the big screen.
Awesome.
Have you ever met Stan Lee by any chance?
3 times.
Wow.
I told him, yo, Stan Lee created a monster. Like I told him everything, what you did. I didn't have to leave my room to learn New York. It's like, I've met Stan Lee 3 times.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and he was amazing.
Well, again, Darryl, thank you. You've been so good to me. You're the best. You're a legend. I appreciate your time. I don't want to be respectful of it. Guys, you got anything else to ask?
No doubt. I'll come back. I'm gonna come back on with y'all when the record drops.
Cool. Yeah, definitely, man. We love you. You're the king, man. You're the king of rock.
Definitely.
I got one question because I'm glad you mentioned Public Enemy earlier. Yeah. So, what do you think about their stuff with Anthrax? That kind of came.
That was amazing.
With you guys.
No, that was like phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Wow. We was like the first plant to grow in the garden. Yeah. And then, but what they did was crazy. But it showed that it could be universally and legitimately done. And when you think about it, most of those bands was already doing it. It was the Beastie Boys was a punk group.
Yeah.
When we first met the Beastie Boys, we was working in Chungking House of Metal downtown in the city on the Lower East Side, and it was Slayer, Anthrax, all the punk groups, Blondie, everybody was in Chungking House of Metal. And then one day this guy sticks his head in. This is how Rick became our producers. Do you know we never had a contract with Rick? This is how we met Rick. He sticks his head in. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, who are you? I'm Rick Rubin. I'm the DJ and the producer for the Beastie Boys. Can I come in? Jay was like, yeah, come on in. So Rick came in one day. And by the end of that year, he was the producer of Run DMC's Raising Hell.
Holy crap.
But he's a guy that loves music. He says it. I don't know nothing about the board. Wow. I just know what's dope, and I want you to do what you think is dope. So when we met Rick, the Beasties was a punk group. And after about the 10th session, Rick goes, do you think these three white Jewish punk rockers from Manhattan, you think they can make a hip-hop album? Jay was like, why not? So when we was putting together Raising Hell, you can go on YouTube and hear the Run DMC's version of Slow and Low.
Okay.
So we wasn't putting Slow and Low on the record. So Rick and the beat, y'all ain't gonna use that? Could we use it? So we gave them Slow and Low, and then about 3 weeks later, License to Ill was born. Yeah. Wow. But if you listen to our version, my version goes here's one of the deafest lyrics. You think Biggie's dope? This is a game-winning lyric. My version, because at the time, I wear contacts now too, but at the time I said, I got determination, bass in highs. I see really well because I have 4 eyes. Play on the whole thing, wow. 4 eyes. The Beasties, we knew they were phenomenal when they said this. They switched it up to fit them. Because they wasn't white rappers trying to act black. They were the Beastie Boys making hip-hop records. So he says, I got determination, bass in highs, White Castle fries only come in one size. We will. And does White Castle have medium fries? Does White Castle have... Everybody knows it. I said I got determination and see really well. They said got determination, bass in highs, White Castle fries only come in. Well, we was like, yo, those guys are on their way.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Man.
Yeah, so I mean, Anthrax PE is another legendary track.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got full on hip hop inspired. But see, what I'm trying to say is, before that, they were already doing it anyway. Like Rick Rubin had to tell me and Run, Steven Tyler, listen to Steven Tyler's flow. Because we didn't want to do Walk This Way that way. We wanted to rhyme on it. My rhyme was like, I'm DMC in the place to be. Been rhyming on the mic since 83, because it's 86 now. I'm the best MC in history. There will never be an MC like DMC. And then Run was supposed to come on. I'm DJ Run and I'm #1. Here to get it done. You know, typical Run DMC stuff. Rick said, no. Do the record over the way the band originally did it. We was like, hell no, Rick, we got rhymes. Like, you know, we want to, our thing was, I want to brag to the world how good I am. But Rick and Jay was, listen to how Steven's flow. Don't sing it like him, but listen to the flow. Backseat lover, underneath the cover. Talk to my daddy, saved it. And then Jay said, do it the way Run DMC would do it. Switch off Just don't do it. You can even go on YouTube and hear Run DMC's demo or Walk This Way. And what's funny about that, Run took the whole verse. Backseat lover, hide the cover, talk to my daddy, because we wanted to get out the studio. And then I went, and then Joe went. We thought we was on, but Rick and Jay wasn't having it. Do that shit the way Run DMC would do it.
Wow.
But then you look at what Cypress Hill did. You look at what Limp Bizkit did. Rage Against the Machine. They were already doing it, but when they saw Run DMC do it in front of the whole world on MTV, they knew they didn't need permission. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that was important.
Kerry King from Slayer, he played on the Beastie Boys album. He played a couple of the guitars.
Yeah, Kerry King, yeah. Hell yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he was really good. Wow. Well, again, Darryl, thank you so much for your time. Let's do this again. You're the man.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Thank you.
You're
Thanks for having me.
We love your comics. We can find you at King DMC on Instagram.
Yes.
Right? And then DMC/cookies.com to purchase your cookies.
Yep.
I'm going to leave the website below.
Yeah, and my cookies are now on Amazon also.
Amazon. Actually, Rob just ordered them, I believe. Right, Rob?
Sure, that's right.
Oh, yeah. We're finally on Amazon. And we got more flavors coming. We got oatmeal cranberry coming. We got red velvet coming. Of course, we're going to have gluten-free and vegan soon. And like I told you when I saw you, we're have to
I told you I wanted my protein, man.
We're going to try to get we're trying to get 18 to 20 grams in every bag.
Oof, that's nice, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? While still tasting good too.
That's right.
So coming soon.
Yeah, if you do, because Dave works at a gym, we'll put those cookies in the gym, right there.
Right on. Hell yeah, for sure.
For sure, man. Thank you so much, Darryl, man. I love you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We'll do it again. We'll talk some more.
Thanks, Rob. Yo, Dave, keep on rocking, man.
Thanks, Darryl.
You got it. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much, brother. You got it, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.